G'day all and welcome to the teams here on Freo Faithful. I hope you're all doing well. My hair is an absolute mess, but we are here to discuss the teams for this Saturday's clash with GWS. Now, how am I feeling about it? Look, I wasn't expecting it, but I see the vision. I definitely see the vision. We'll take a gaze in a sec. The sub situation is another interesting one. The Giants have also made two changes. We will get them up on the screen. So the one change I'm sure you're all aware is Sean Darcy is out, as we sort of anticipated, and Bailey Banfield is the in. Let me zoom in here. Hold on, let me zoom out a bit. That should be better. There we go. So these are the teams. Bailey Banfield is in. Sean Darcy is out. So we obviously went with the 4-tall structure last week. Does this mean that obviously Jackson's going to move from the forward line to the ruck? Does this mean that Banfield comes in as that fourth tall and he's a bit more medium-sized? He can play smaller, he can play taller. As much as Bailey Banfield's a whipping boy in our fan base, and I personally don't think he's good enough, I sort of see the vision from a structure point of view on why we've picked Banfield. I would have much rather seen McDonald play because I think McDonald can play that role really well, and he did for those 2 games he was in. But yeah, I'm not opposed to Banfield for this week. Yeah, I don't know. I would have rather McDonald, definitely. The travelling emergencies are Oscar McDonald, James Aish, and Liam Reedy. The sub situation is interesting though. So our bench is Murphy Reid, Corey Wagner, Neil Erasmus, Cooper Simpson, and Bailey Banfield. So Simpson won't be sub because we need a defensive rotation. Probably same with Wagner. Wagner won't be sub because he'll play a bit of midfield time, I assume. Raz should be our midfield rotation, so I'm going to assume Raz plays. So it's probably between Murphy Reid or Bailey Banfield. And I think from a structure point of view, we're probably going to go with Banfield starting, which leaves Murphy Reid as sub. And I've been in the opinion for a bit now that Murphy Reid should probably be chucked in the sub vest for a bit. And I think that's probably what will happen. So yeah, I'm expecting him to be sub. Bolton's actually named in the middle today. This Saturday. So yeah, Bolton will. We knew he was going to play midfield, but it's the first time he's been named in the center. But yeah, if I were to make a prediction, I'd say Murphy Reid will be sub. Which I want to happen because I think he'd be a great impact player. And he's been run out of games a little bit lately. So I think we just need to ease him into games a bit more. And utilize them in a different way. But yeah, that's our team. For the Giants, they've made 2 changes. So Jake Stringer is out injured. Josiah Delana is omitted. Darcy Jones and Toby Bedford are the 2 ins. So they're big ins for the Giants. Toby Bedford particularly, he will assumably tag Caleb Sarong and Darcy Jones. We just know his talent. This is the Giants team. So Cotter Arden, Sam Taylor, Harry Himmelberg, Lockie Whitfield, Jack Butley, Lockie Ash, Callum Ward, Finn Callahan, Jacob Ware, Xavier O'Halloran, Aaron Cadman, Darcy Jones, Harvey Thomas, Jesse Hogan, Toby Green, Kieran Briggs, Toby Bedford, Tom Green, Callum Brown, Toby McMullen, Joe Fonzie, Jake Riccardi, and Cody Ango, the West Australian. So, yeah, bit happening there. Their forward line is going to be an absolute handful, which is why I'm going to assume both Wagner and Simpson won't be sub. I think they'll both play because we need 2 defense. We need that back line needs to be a bit smaller because we've got to hold Toby Green, we've got to hold Harvey Thomas, we've got to hold Darcy Jones. They've got so many threats, even Toby McMullen. So yeah, it's going to be a hard one. They're really only 2 proper key forwards of 3. Aaron Cadman, Jesse Hogan, Jake Riccardi. So that will be just a Pierce, Cox, and Ryan job, assumably. Pierce probably goes to Hogan. Cox will go to Cadman, and Ryan will go to Riccardi. But apart from that, I think the defense sort of figures itself out. It's just the actual thing of executing it because, Darcy Jones, Toby Green, they're scary names to be seeing on the team sheet. Their backline, so assumably Sam Taylor. Actually, to be fair, I think Himmelberg might take Tracy. I just think from a size point of view, I'd like to see the heights of these guys. I think Taylor's a bit short. No, Taylor's 198. Tracy's 195. I did not know Taylor was taller than Tracy. Taylor and Himmelberg are the same size. So Taylor will take Tracy. Himmelberg will take Voss. No, Buckley will take Voss, and I think Iden will take Amos, would be my guess. And then they've got so many medium-sized guys that can pick up, whoever goes there, the Murphy Reed, the Shea Bolsons, the Bailey Banfields, Lockie Ash, Lockie Whitfield, Connor Iden. They can all play sort of small and tall really well. And Lockie Whitfield's not necessarily that sort of lockdown type either. They'll have Joe Fonzie back there too. So, yeah, they've got a really athletic and versatile backline, the Giants, that we've got to be aware of. And from a midfield point of view, Jackson against Briggs. Briggs is a big bulk of a man. I remember we played Liam Reedy against the Giants last year, and Briggs gave him a bath. I think Jackson can hopefully beat Briggs around the ground. That's something we can really get at from the middle. Bedford, Green, Callahan, there's some seriously good players. I think what I would do, I'd give Corey Wagner a tagging role in Finn Callahan. I think he is so damaging. I watched him in the Geelong game last weekend, and I've watched him all season. He's just such a damaging player from the front and back of contests. Can burst out of the middle with electric speed. So, yeah, I'd personally tag Callahan. He probably can't go with Tom Green. He's too big. And Callahan's probably the most damaging player anyway. So, I would definitely go to him if I was JL. I'd send Wags to him. In terms of Toby Bedford, he'll tag Caleb Sarong, which we've already mentioned. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. Let's get into chat here. Get all your chats in. We don't have too much to discuss with these teams, but we've made one change, and this is for this weekend. This is for this weekend. Banfield in and Darcy with a knee injury. I'm aware, brother. I'm aware. That's what this entire stream's about. GWS bringing Toby Bedford and Darcy Jones. So would you expect Sarong to be tagged? Yeah, I would. Sarong will get the tag. The Saints were weird because Ross claimed that they didn't tag either of them, but I'm pretty sure Sarong and Brayshaw both got attention from Garcia at times. So whether they deploy the same thing, a little double tag, I'm not sure, but I think stopping Sarong's enough because he's out in an under grunt guy, really. Freddie Amos and the coach need to go. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see some of our more highly selected players maybe get a spell in the twos at one point or another, but I'm not sure how likely it actually is that it's going to happen. I think we should probably just wait for Fifey to come back because I think Nat Fife at the moment walks into this team. He'd be a lovely midfield rotation to have. Yeah, I'm crying out for Fife. Sorry, I'm just quickly chucking something up on the Freo Faithful story just to let everyone know we're live. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. At this point, start Erasmus over Johnson. Well, Johnson's named on field, so if yeah, they're both going to play. Yeah, Jono needs to have a big game. I sort of see why we're playing Jono. They've got a massive midfield. Like Callahan's a tall man. Tom Green's a very bulky man. So yeah, maybe that's a part of it. We just want a bit of physicality in there. We don't want to just get absolutely smashed. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't think Erasmus will be sub. I think he will get a run out. Banfield needs to play like he's been playing with the Waffle. Yeah, well, hopefully. Hopefully Banners goes and drops 6. Banners sub, man, he can't be starting. Yeah. Look, I think it'll be him or Murphy Reed. But from a structure point of view, it makes more sense to sub Murphy Reed. Narkle's supposed to be playing. Yeah, I know. 8 weeker. I would expect Erasmus to start as sub, but even Murphy Reed as sub. Yeah, I'd put Murphy there. I think he needs to just be deployed as an impact player. Freo better off sacrificing half the speed and agility in the forward line. Yeah, definitely. They've just got such an athletic back line that not many forward lines can really get a hold of. So it's definitely going to be a difficult task. What else do we have here? Cody Angels probably starts sub for GWS. Who was sub last weekend for them? It was, I can't remember. I watched the game. Their bench is Brown, McMullen, Fonzie, Riccardi, Angove, however you say it. Yeah, Riccardi won't be, Fonzie won't be, McMullen won't be, Brown won't be. Yeah, it'll be Angove. You can probably lock that in. I am of the opinion maybe Ace should have been brought in rather than Banners for the defensive style player. Not really. We'd then be down a full rotation. It would make no sense to bring an Ash. If you bring in an Ash, it would be for Simpson, and it'd be very harsh to drop Simpson. So nah, it makes no sense. Pierce has his work cut out for him. Hogan is in ripping form. Oh, exactly. I mean, I'm sure we've all got the PTSD from last year of Coxie having 6 kicked on him by Jesse Hogan. So, yeah, Moose definitely does have his work cut out for him. He's a very old-fashioned sort of power forward is Jesse Hogan. And, yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough task to get a hold of. I do think this is our best structure. With Darcy, that's just too much height, and defense without Drape is a little well-rounded. Yeah, this might be. So Isaiah Dudley's named on the field as well, yet again. Yeah, this feels like our best structure. The 3 tall of Tracy Amos, Voss, Jackson in the ruck gives us that extra sort of on-baller. Looks like Bolton's going to start in the midfield too, so maybe it'll be Johnson will start on the wing probably, and rotate in. And then, yeah, I do like this sort of back makeup. I think that's our best back 6, to be honest. Right there. Ryan, Pierce, Cox, Chapman, Warner, Clark, Wagner, to be honest. What's Voss's role again? What is his role? Second tall? Second tall, third tall? I'd say Clarkie to Jones and Chappie to Cadman. Chappie to Cadman. Chappie to Cadman. No, you'd probably send Coxie to Cadman. I don't think Chappie will, but he could. Be undersized. Chappie to Green and Cox to Cadman. There's smalls. I've got no idea what we'll do because there's so many of them. Toby Green, Darcy Jones, Harvey Thomas, Toby McMullen, Cody Angovs. Yeah, we've got our work cut out for us. Whole team needs to step up and fly the flag for Sarong. Well, Sarong needs to fly the flag for himself as well because let's not act like he's been in good form. Yeah, a lot of our guys really need to stand up, particularly our leaders. Banfield will be the sub. Yeah, him or Murphy Reed, I'm pretty content with. Cadman will be a beast. He will be. He's really building nicely. What the Giants have done with Aaron Cadman, I was actually making this point on the podcast during the week. What the Giants have done with Aaron Cadman is they've given him a lot of VFL time at the start of his career. Cadman was a number 1 pick, and they've sort of just eased him into the AFL side without just forcibly pushing him into every single AFL game. For some reason, we've just played Amos nonstop since he's come to the club. So, like, with limited peel time in his first year because he had that bad injury, obviously. So, I'm not sure what we're doing, but we need to be more patient and get Amos some time in the twos because every club does it with tall forwards. It's ridiculous trying to develop them at AFL level. It's exactly what we've done with Josh Tracy, and look how he's turned out. We need to execute our chances and need more tough forwards. Yep. Voss should be forward, right? Keep Tracy forward. Yeah, he will. Voss will pinch it. Definitely. Voss will definitely pinch it. And their pinch hitter will be Jake Riccardi. So it'll be a pretty even matchup, to be honest. And I really like Jackson against Kieran Briggs. Kieran Briggs he's a very good player, Kieran Briggs, and his talent is undeniable. But he's had a really bad season. Yeah, he's not had a good season at all. I've watched a lot of Giants games, and he has probably been their weakest link a lot of the time. So, yeah, not too sure what's up with Briggsy, but we know what he can do, and we've got to be wary of it. Yeah, we're probably going to wrap it up there. We've got nothing to speak about with the teams this week, to be honest. We've spoken about the forward structure change with banners. There'll be some tags from either team, I'm going to assume. And the back and forward makeups are going to be very interesting in terms of who we match up on because I've got so many threats, particularly at ground level. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. I will be live for the watch along on my channel on Saturday, link in the description. And I'll also be doing the fan cams after the game Saturday night fan cams. So, yeah, a bit of a later twilight clash, later afternoon game. So come join me for that. Hopefully we break out ENGIE Stadium voodoo. We're 0-4 at the stadium. Either the Oppo view or the preview will be out tonight. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel for a bit of content coming that way, or coming your way. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and up the Dockers. Cheers.